After John Kasich was elected in the state of Ohio, they went to an immediate attack on unions in the state of Ohio, trying to strip away collective bargaining rights and contractual rights from members and people.
The governors created a law stating that he can bring in a dictator into any city, county, school board and completely take over.
Public workers in Wisconsin have worked for over 60 years under a collective bargaining law that worked for public employees. And then one day this governor comes in and said, it's all done, we're going to do things his way now.
Rick Scott's efforts to privatize public services in Florida is horrible. His basic concept is if you can find it in a phone book, it doesn't need to be done by public sector.
I've been in this union for 33 years. I joined the second week I worked for the state. And after 33 years, see, I can't get out. March 9th was the day that they locked the Capitol, pushed everybody out, and tried to jam Senate Bill 11 through the Senate. My wife and I set the land speed record for driving from Fort Atkinson up to the Capitol. We were facing a whole bunch of state patrol, but this crowd keeps getting bigger and bigger. You saw people coming from all directions all over the Capitol, running up there to get up there and try to get in the Capitol and stop these guys. I could just feel myself getting more and more angry. You know, they wouldn't let us into our house. It's not the state patrols. It's not the palace guards. House is our house. And all of a sudden over on my left, the women's bathroom window comes flying up and I see a bunch of people going through there and I said, I'm going, I ain't missing this, you know. 30 to 40 of us come rushing out of the women's bathroom. You can see 30 coming from this door, 30 coming from this window, and 30 coming down, 30 or 40 coming from a different direction. That crowd built a couple thousand people in a matter of a half an hour, you know. And it was something that I'll never forget that as long as I live. Governor Walker locked the doors. We went through the window.
Governor Scott was going really far to break the backs of the union. He put out an RFP to privatize Jackson Memorial Healthcare Center, the solid waste in the city of North Miami, the Seaport Security in Miami-Dade County, the CAA Head Start in Miami-Dade County, the 311 call center in Miami-Dade County. There's no standards that would be holding, that these private sectors would be held to. Who would they answer to? I found the courage to fight back because I know what's right. My civil rights, my simple rights, or my rights as an employee is important, and I'm not going to let anyone take that away from me. Management used scare tactics like retaliation. They said that if you went to the unions that you would be fired or disciplined, so it scared a lot of employees. When they actually see that you're so adamant about something and that you're not stopping and that you keep going, every time when you get knocked down, you stand back up and you find another way to fight back, it motivates them. It lets them know that, okay, there is something that I can do.
What the dictator law means specifically for AFSCME is a destruction of the unions because they're directly attacking public workers. They're trying to break the unions so that they can privatize all of the public sector work. It's happened in Saginaw, it's happened in Battle Creek, it's happened in Flint. We gathered 250,000 signatures. We delivered those signatures on time to the state of Michigan to let them know that the citizens of Michigan wanted this law repealed. These Republicans feel that they have the power to do whatever they want to do because they feel that we will not fight back. But little do they know we're going to keep marching, we're going to keep stepping. We're going to keep going until we see this thing through to the end.
Last year, Mayor Bloomberg tried to privatize the public daycare. If 17,000 children cannot go to quality daycare, the parents have to make a choice. Keep their job, put their children in an unsafe situation, or they have to quit their job and struggle for everyday's living. Kids cannot fight for themselves, so we have to fight for them. AFSCME send a team to help us to strategize We actually filed the case against Mayor Bloomberg's plans. We able to restore all 17,000 slots.
Senate Bill 5 was actually an attack on the collective bargaining process and rights of public sector workers in the state of Ohio. And Kasich thought we were easy targets, but he was wrong. It infuriated people that were never mobilized in their lives, bringing their children, down to the State House. The signs, the solidarity, the working together, the mobilization was never as I had ever seen before. We were knocking on doors. Everything was coming together at a rapid procession. Affiliates around the nation were sending people, 17,000 people on the ground in Ohio. We had to let the governor know, this is not about labor. This is about life. This is about the middle class. This is about the sustainment of our way of life. It was not only union brothers and sisters standing shoulder to shoulder. It was their neighbors, it was their friends, it was their families, it was their ministers, it was their churches. 2.1 collective million people that said, this is too much, and we're not going to have it in this state. You could hear the cries of Ohio of victory across the nation.
They say you can fight City Hall, but we beat City Hall.
When the union's in trouble, you need a troublemaker.
This is a fight to save all of the people's voices.